Hello the cop, please subscribe my channel for follow Liverpool Football Club news on every days. Jurgen Klopp's creative plan. Liverpool is about to take off, and Nunez is key. Darwin Nunez is a devoted Liverpool supporter, but in the upcoming days, he might be slated for a creative, new role in the team. The Liverpool substitutes bench had Darwin Nunez in his training strip barely taken off when the cop started to move. The red striker was one of two changes made by Jurgen Klopp at the 55-minute mark after watching his team trail and then struggle to get back into the first leg of their Carabao Cup semi-final with Fulham on Wednesday night. The spectators surrounding the field realized immediately upon Nunez's arrival that the star player was coming off the bench, and the simple chant of his name, which is a staple on the cop's repertoire of terrace anthems, began again. Nunez arrived with Cody Gakpo. The supporters' hymns of the Uruguay international's last name have occasionally seemed more like a form of mild prodding and encouragement. Since his possibly club record transfer from Benfica in the summer of 2022, missed opportunities, winning throw-ins, and some general defense closing down are actions that have all led to a Nunez shout from the fans. However, it seemed to be more grounded in anticipation than hope on Wednesday night. This time, Liverpool saw that the roars were meant to embolden rather than to inspire, and it worked wonderfully. Nunez concluded the game with no goals, more shots than any other player, and 2 assists, according to the stats, but the truth is far more interesting to examine. If one can charitably call the easy pass to Curtis Jones, whose deflected shot beat Bernd Leno, an assist, the second was far more appropriate. Nunez helped his team get back into the game by running onto a pass from Diogo Jota and then centering the ball for his fellow substitute Gakpo to score with a clever finish. As a result, Liverpool will go into their match at Craven Cottage later this month as clear favourites to play Wembley in late February. The name on the scorecard might have been Gakpo, but Nunez's name was immediately chanted again, demonstrating how much of a local favourite he is. Aside from Mohamed Salah, he is the captain of the cop. From that point on, Nunez was on a one-man mission to add to the 2 goals he had already scored while on the field. He curled a free kick just over the bar and forced Leno into 3 outstanding stops. First came a strong drive from a close angle that was palmed away, and then the German had to tip it over the bar with a header from roughly 15 yards out. Still, the most creditworthy rejection came from the Fulham keeper's third one. After Martin Dubravka's heroics in the 4-2 victory against Newcastle on New Year's Day, Leno became the second goalie in quick succession to suddenly become inspired against Nunez. This time, Leno's left-footed shot from Connor Bradley's cross was somehow kept out. Despite playing just 35 minutes, Nunez had the highest expected goals total, 0.76, of any player on the field, and his 12 touches in the opponent box were also unsurpassed. Only Jones, who participated in the entire game, was able to match his output, with 3 of his 4 shots landing on target. "I don't know how to explain the Darwin situation," acknowledged Klopp at full time. "I'm overjoyed with our audience's response. Furthermore, I'm thrilled with Darwin's response and attitude toward it. You cannot be more unlucky than he was in this finishing circumstance. Simply put, it is not feasible. Even when he accomplishes everything perfectly, the ball still missed the mark." So, is Nunez simply experiencing bad luck with these opportunities, as Klopp suggests? Or is there a deeper issue that need attention on the training fields? With just 1 goal in 16 games, that coming on Boxing Day against Burnley, the No.9's reality most likely sits in the middle. It's easy to assume that Nunez's relentless barrage of shots on the opposition goal will eventually result in more goals scored, and it gives supporters hope that eventually everything will come together and the South American will start to produce the kind of performance that justifies the significant investment. Nevertheless, to play devil's advocate, it might also be said that Nunez lacks the skill to regularly be a top-tier goal scorer because of his snatched shots, hurried touches, and overall hurried play while facing top-tier goalkeepers. Once more, the truth will lie closer to the center. Nunez, who shares 58 shots with Erling Haaland, has had more than Dominic Solanke and Mohamed Salah combined this season, but that number pales in comparison to the Norwegians' 14 goals to 5. Some comfort can be found in the fact that Haaland has played 175 minutes more than the Reds forward and that Solanke of Bournemouth has featured more than any other centre forward this season with 1,763 minutes. That argument will continue for the time being as Liverpool works to smooth off any rough edges, but there's no denying that the team appears more formidable when Nunez is on the field because of his special combination of speed, strength, and unwavering resolve. Mohamed Salah will be in the Africa Cup of Nations for the next few weeks, so Klopp promised last week that he would have to get creative to make up for the loss of the Egypt international. One strategy that has been effective in subsequent matches against Arsenal and Fulham is to position Nunez on the left side of the front three, with Hoda or Gakpo occupying the middle position. It's the position that created the opportunity for Wednesday night's game-winning goal, and it will be useful moving forward with Salah's AFCON ban. Nunez's only chance of success will be if his name is called out for a goal when play resumes the next week because, as has been demonstrated, supporters will cheer in either case. Carragher claims Liverpool was right on huge transfer call Klopp didn't want. Jamie Carragher described how Jurgen Klopp's transfer preference was once met with resistance by a adamant Liverpool, demonstrating the proper way to conduct business. According to Jamie Carragher, Liverpool's 2017 decision to sign Mohamed Salah over Julian Brandt is evidence that managers shouldn't always have their way. Although Jurgen Klopp had initially targeted his countryman, Salah ultimately cost $45 million, £35 million/€41 million. The Reds manager had originally intended to bring the winger from Bayern Leverkusen to the Premier League, but Liverpool chose to go with the Egyptian. Though Brandt was linked to a $32 million, £25 million/€29 million, move, he declined Liverpool's advances. Salah has been a big success at Liverpool despite his early problems at Chelsea. The 31-year-old has smashed multiple records and won multiple awards, including the Premier League and Champions League. Carragher talked about who ought to have a say in player signings on a stick-to-football program. Ian Wright, Roy Keane, Jill Scott, and Gary Neville joined him. They disagreed on whether market business should be controlled by individuals in the dugout or by recruitment teams and data-driven transfer transactions. When he first came in, an interesting one was Mohamed Salah, and Jurgen Klopp is open about this, Carragher stated on the Stick to Football podcast. Julian Brandt was the one he wanted to sign, not him. The people behind the scenes at Liverpool were still there when Salah moved to Roma, and they were really certain that they had to sign this guy. Liverpool had attempted to sign Salah prior to him joining Chelsea. You see what Mohamed Salah has accomplished, but things very easily could have turned out otherwise. A manager shouldn't have a player forced on him, but I do think the notion that managers should purchase every player is wrong. It worries me that it seems like Erik ten Hag has acquired every player he knows at Manchester United, therefore I don't think a manager should be free to do as they like. Brandt is currently making headlines in Germany with Borussia Dortmund, Klopp's former team. The 27-year-old has shown himself. He made 215 appearances for Leverkusen before joining Dortmund, where he has participated in almost 200 matches. Making the move to Anfield wasn't right, according to Brandt. He told The Athletic in 2023, "I had that opportunity to take that next step to join Liverpool, but the time wasn't right for me. At the time, I knew they were also examining Mo Salah. I would have wanted to play for Kloppo, so it's unfortunate." According to Liverpool.com, very few people will ever know how close Liverpool was to acquiring Brandt rather than Salah or how hard Klopp worked to acquire his man. However, it's safe to state that the ultimate choice was made correctly. To be fair, Brandt's career after leaving Liverpool suggests he may have succeeded there, but it's unlikely he would have risen to the status of one of the greatest players in the world as Salah did. This was definitely a sliding doors moment, demonstrating the importance of departmental coordination when it comes to hiring decisions. Hello the Cop, Please subscribe my channel for follow Liverpool Football Club news on every days.